industry worldwide is valued at 9 billion US dollars, and there is a worldwide demand of cacao beans of about 5 million metric tons. However, Philippines has less than 1% global market share. Hence, there is a need to increase cacao production in the country. The Philippines is highly suitable for geographic production, and there are millions of hectares available for cacao production. However, the cacao production in the Philippines is constrained by several factors like low production, scarcity of quality planting material, low quality beans and bean products, lack of efficient post-harvest technologies to improve bean quality. Thus, the need for the establishment of NICER Cacao R&D Center. The NICER Cacao R&D Center is hosted by the University of Southern Mindanao. The university is the center for cacao genetic diversity. It is accessible to cacao growing regions in Mindanao. It has active research and development projects in cacao. It is a center for excellence in agriculture. The NICER Cacao R&D Center aims to develop relevant and functional R&D projects based on the needs and problems faced by cacao industry to help provide interventions for the benefit of various cacao stakeholders. The center is funded by DOST, monitored by DOST P-Card, and implemented by USN. The program is headed by Dr. Edward A. Berlan, as well as being the leader of Project 1, and Dr. Gwen Iris D. Empleo as the leader of Project 2, and Engineer Renel M. Ausilha as the leader of Project 3, and the rest of the team.
On behalf of the Cacao NICER R&D team and the University of Southern Mindanao, we would like to thank the Department of Science and Technology and the USTP card for the research grant for the establishment of NICER Cacao R&D Center. We believe that with this program, this will boost the Philippine cacao industry, particularly the cacao nursery operators, the growers, farmers, processors, the consumers, and all other stakeholders.
The program currently has 3 project components: the molecular fingerprinting of cacao parental recommended high-yielding varieties and fruit periodic ensuring multiplication of quality planting materials, or QPMs, for increased productivity and profitability. This addresses the gaps on low cacao production, yield income, and the scarcity of quality planting materials. The second project is the upgrading of cacao gene bank for conservation and management in cacao varietal improvements. This addresses the gaps on the narrow genetic diversity for cacao breeding. The third project is the development of optimized post-harvest processing approaches for improved quality of cacao beans. This addresses the gaps on low-quality beans and bean products through the development of efficient post-harvest technologies. The program will generate molecular markers for identification and fingerprinting of high-yielding varieties through cryotypes. This also produces high-quality planting materials for increased cacao production. For Project 2, this will increase collections of cacao germplasm for breeding. This will upgrade the gene bank through increased collection of more germplasm for cacao breeding. And for Project 3, this will produce product and technologies to improve post-harvest processes, such as fermentation, drying, storage, and grinding, to improve quality of cacao beans and bean products. The center has been launched and graced by USEC for R&D Rowena Cristina Guevara, the USTP card Executive Director Reynaldo V. Iborra, and USM President Francisco Gil and Garcia. Currently, the center is involved in various engagements such as engagement with cacao nursery operators, growers, farmers, processors, and other stakeholders. It also strengthens its engagements with stakeholders through joining Facebook cacao groups. It is also involved with Philippine Cacao Industry Council, along with other government agencies and private sectors. It has linkages with other state universities and private institutions. It is also actively involved in features thinking for cacao. Moreover, it is also involved in international linkages. There are more challenges and opportunities for Cacao R&D Center. However, the center cannot do this alone. We need consolidated efforts so that we can say, Cacao, tanging ikaw, ang manginibabaw at kami mapapawaw.
A pleasant afternoon to all. I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate the University of Southern Mindanao, headed by Dr. Francisco Gil Garcia, for having been identified as the host of the NICER for Cacao in Region 12. I'd also like to recognize the efforts of the Cacao R&D Center team, led by Dr. Edward Barlaan, Dr. Gwen Iris Empleo, and Engineer Renel Aloselha. Cacao is among the priority industries in Region 12. In fact, according to the 2017-2021 Philippine Cacao Industry Roadmap, Mindanao has generated 90% of the country's cacao production. As such, with USM's numerous active cacao-related engagements such as breeding, production, and all products, we are proud to have the Cacao R&D Center at such a capable institution. Our sincerest thanks and grateful appreciation to the Department of Science and Technology Secretary Honorable Fortunato T. De La Peña, Undersecretary for Research and Development Dr. Rowena Cristina L. Guevara, and Undersecretary for Regional Operations Engineer Chancho A. Maboran for the guidance and support. Through this Cacao R&D Center and the more R&D centers to come, we aim to develop our region's niches in partnership with relevant stakeholders, rest assured of DST 12's continuous support in widening the reach of the Science for Change program, as well as in sustaining the various innovation centers in the region. Again, congratulations and thank you everyone. Kilos Abante, Region 12.